Good morning, everyone. I think you're all in here now. And welcome to the May 11th CenClub meeting. Mike Bergman, our executive director, if you could read the roll, please.
Sure, absolutely. Rita Picard.
Here.
Philip Raymond.
Here.
Jay Baymel.
Here.
Michael Rackman.
Here.
Stanley Spitzer.
Here.
Susan Dove.
Here.
Phyllis Miner.
Here.
And my name is Mike Bergman, executive director, and we have Norma Taylor, the director of property management for Bay Management, with us today.
Thank you all for showing up today. If everyone will silence their phones, we'd appreciate it. And then if you all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
And justice for all.
Thank you very much. Nice shot of our flag. The minutes of CenClub appeared in the reporter that came out this previous weekend. And if I can have a motion to accept those minutes as printed.
Motion,
I make,
Thank you. And a second, Hesh.
yeah,
Thank you. All in favor?
aye.
aye,
Aye.
Minutes stand approved. I appreciate it. We will get to questions at the end of our meeting as per usual. And the only thing that I have, if I can find it, that I have for my president's report is that one of the law firms that helps us out is Becker and Polikoff. And we received a memo from them. And I'm not gonna bore you with the whole thing, but it's in reference to Governor DeSantis, Senate Bill 2006. I was stopped by numerous residents last week referring to that bill, and I had read it. Most of our committee had read it, but unfortunately, some of our people didn't read it through. And I'm just going to tell you what the first paragraph says. That Governor DeSantis signed Senate Bill 2006 into law, which not only prohibits businesses from using vaccine passports, but also allows him to suspend the local emergency orders. That law does not take effect until July 1st. There's a statewide state of emergency in effect until June 27th, which means your board's emergency powers remain in effect until then. And I'm sure we will get back to that paragraph at the end of the meeting, but that is what we are going. The other thing I'd like to refer the residents to is in this past Sunday, there was a very interesting article in the Sun Sentinel in the local section, and it referred to pools being open and closed, et cetera, et cetera. It seems to me from after reading that article, which even if you don't subscribe to the paper, you can get online if you have access to a computer. It just seems to me that we're very fortunate that most of our facilities have been open. And contrary to what some residents seems to think, we are open. We have been open. We never close. We have activities going on all day and way into the evening, as I've observed by riding around at night. Starting with stickball early in the morning on the weekend, And we've got badminton going on in the evenings. We've got pickleball going on in the evenings. We have dancing going on. Our movies are back in the theater. And Mike will go further into what's open, which is just about everything. Our pools are open pre-COVID hours. And next week, we'll be opening the indoor pool. We're going to open it this week, but we needed to wait because we're doing maintenance over at the clubhouse pools this week. So we will have that open next week. And without further ado, I am going to turn it over to our treasurer, Jay Baymel, for his monthly report. Jay?
Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Good morning, board. Good morning, everybody out there. At the end of March, we left you with a cash in our operating account, $933,429. During the month of April, we received $952,598. During the month of April, we dispersed $772,112. And in addition, we moved $385,205 to our reserve, leaving us at the end of April in the operating account, $728,710. Again, down from $933,429 at the end of March. So in summary, cash in the operating checking account, $728,710. Our lockbox account, which essentially are deposits in transit, of $73,107. Petty cash of $4,768. So total operating cash of $806,585. And in the reserve account, we have $2,367,868 for total cash at the end of April of $3,174,453. As I indicated, we transferred $385,205 to the reserve account. Of that amount, $73,000 was our regular monthly transfer for the insurance deductible. And in addition, $312,205 was to set aside temporarily for projects which will be paid in the next several months. The funding of our $73,000 for the insurance deductible will continue at the same rate for the remainder of our current fiscal year, ending September 30th, 2021, because we need to reach our targeted budget of $875,000 for this reserve item. As demonstrated above, the reserve will be adjusted monthly as we pay for scheduled upcoming major projects and replace them with new budgeted projects pursuant to our capital needs plan. Our current cash position will be reduced in due course as we fulfill our 2021 capital program. As of April 30th, 2021, current ongoing capital projects to be paid within the near term, board and or budget approved, amount to almost $1.2 million. This total includes clubhouse window replacement, new badminton court, the balance for bocce and petanque canopies, and 4 new pickleball courts. In addition, future board or budgeted approved 2021 capital projects to be started very soon include replacements and upgrades amounting to another $333,000. As you can see, CenClub is aggressively pursuing its ongoing commitment to maintain, modernize, and improve our valuable recreation facilities. These recreation facilities clearly account for the premium in CVE condo property values that we have witnessed during the past several years. We offer outstanding and superior lifestyle activities and amenities in the South Florida marketplace at an incomparably affordable level. CenClub is your lowest coupon of the 3 monthly fees you pay. On to accounts receivable. At the end of April, total receivables were $279,357, down from $283,741, a reduction of about $4,400 spread over 30, 60, and 90-day past due categories for March. From the high balance of $406,000, March 31, 2020, to this April 30th, 2021 of $279,000, CenClub management has achieved a year-over-year reduction in receivables of almost $127,000, a decline of more than 31%. Our collection attorneys, property manager Norma Taylor, and Ronnie Joe and Sandy in our staff office continue to work hard to protect the financial interests of the community as a whole and to hold those delinquent owners accountable. Total assets at the end of April were $9,253,364, up from $8,441,083. Liabilities were $2,400,954, up from $1,599,838. Consequently, CenClub members' equity, I say this every month, it's just the arithmetic difference, doesn't relate to real fair market value. CenClub's members' equity, $6,852,410, up from $6,841,245. Thank you. Any questions from the board? Thank you, Rita.
Thank you, Jay. Another great job. We appreciate all the work you put in there. And now our executive director, Michael Bergman.
Thank
Please.
you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, board. Good morning, Century Village. I'd like to start by going through some updates to our coronavirus operations. As you'll notice with the forthcoming announcements, that a lot of our facilities, like Rita mentioned, are beginning to open up again, and some of the restrictions that we've been seeing are being relaxed around, not only around CenClub, but around the other communities as well. First and foremost, the clubhouse pool. Reservations are no longer required for the clubhouse pool. The umbrellas have been returned to the pool deck and are being opened at 7 a.m. daily and are being closed at 7 p.m. every day by our members of our staff office. You'll be happy to know that movies are now being shown again in our theater. Every other row is available for seating. And please respect the rules and keep your masks on at all times, and allow seats in between groups. So if you're coming with your friends, please don't sit directly next to somebody else. There's plenty of room in the theater. You'll notice that the seats in the rows that are sectioned off are not able to be opened right now. They won't fold down, they're tied back. This is for safety and to still provide that social distance experience in the clubhouse. Remember, in the clubhouse, masks are still required at all times, especially in the card rooms, in the billiards room, when you're playing ping pong, when you're working on artwork, etc. You don't get a lot of room in between other residents, and we still want to be safe, and we still want to be promoting that social distance experience for residents. Bingo's back in the party room every Tuesday night. Seating is limited on a first come, first served basis. The doors open at 6 p.m. and the first game starts at 7 p.m. as always. At this time, no food or drink are allowed. Bottled water is okay. And we have 4 people permitted at each table. The party room is set up for social distance bingo. I want to thank the volunteers who made it possible and came back and are running the games again. I visited bingo last Tuesday along with Rita, and everything looked great. There were over 100 people in the room, and it was great seeing people have so much fun again playing bingo in the clubhouse.
Mike, may I interrupt you for 1 minute? Bingo, the doors opened at 5, not 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, Susan.
That's okay.
2 hours early for bingo. No problem. Get a good seat. Beginning May 17th, the indoor pool will be open for resident use only. We're limiting the bathe load at all times to 13 swimmers to provide space in between people. They'll be monitored by our fitness center staff. Please be respectful of the staff, and if you need to wait your turn, please do so for the indoor pool. Again, that'll be open this coming Monday. Community pool hours at all the pools have been extended back to pre-COVID times. Residents may now enjoy the pool until 10 p.m. daily. Guests and children are still not permitted and will be asked to leave. Please be mindful of this and your fellow residents. We're still keeping the pools open for resident use only to provide a safe experience and comfort for our residents. We're going to revisit this as time moves on, and we'll see what the future holds when July comes around. Our clubhouse recreation updates and improvements. Work is complete on our new badminton courts located behind the clubhouse. Equipment for play will be available for residents to check out from our staff office. We hope you enjoy this new amenity. In addition to the new court, irrigation was upgraded in the area to sustain the new landscape and keep the area lush and green all year round. Landscape improvements will continue in that area in the future in an effort to beautify our facilities. CenClub Recreation is happy to announce the addition of 4 new pickleball courts. Construction will be starting very soon near our parking lot courts. Please be mindful of workers in the parking lot area and drive slow through construction zones. The project is scheduled to cost approximately $90,000. The ficus hedge around the clubhouse pool was thinning and infested with whitefly. It's a common disease here in South Florida with the ficus plant. The landscaping has been upgraded with lush tropical trees and shrubs. You'll notice that when you visit the clubhouse on both sides of the pool. Behind our new canopies, we have, I think they put in 5 double Alexander palms and a Calusa hedge with new rock and landscape materials. And on the that would be the west side of the clubhouse pool, some new foxtail palms and new shrubs along the fence line. It looks really nice. Can't wait for that to grow in and be beautiful for years to come. We fixed pavers near the bus shelter. They've been adjusted and reset. Fire ant hills around the clubhouse recreation areas have been addressed. Several notable piles around volleyball, shuffleboard, and horseshoes have been treated. We're monitoring these areas to make sure the piles don't return. A new permanently mounted cornhole set has been installed near our horseshoe area. It's great to see so many residents enjoying this game, and we hope this concrete set makes playing the game easier for residents. Additionally, cornhole bags for both cornhole sets were replaced with new bags. The old worn out bags with the old worn out bags were replaced with new green and blue bags to match the scoreboards by the gazebo. In the coming weeks, a second concrete set will be added, as well as shade canopies similar to those installed at the bocce and petanque area. To maximize the sound of outdoor events at the gazebo, we've installed a small speaker system. This system is to manage the audio for CenClub shows and events, making it easy for our technical staff to tie into speakers with a transportable mixer. We've had so much support for our gazebo shows this year. We're planning on doing them again next year, even though the theater will hopefully be open for shows. But the outdoor venue adds a whole nother great amenity to CenClub. The outdoor shows were really well received. People were enjoying being able to picnic at the tables or sit on the grass and sing along with their favorite songs and these artists we brought in. We installed some fantastic speakers and sound system in the gazebo to improve the quality of the shows and the experience for the residents. So I hope you all enjoy that next year. Our largest project of the year, the new impact windows for the clubhouse, has begun. 3 40-foot containers have been dropped off, and the majority of the impact doors and commercial-sized windows have been delivered. Work is scheduled to continue for the next 6 weeks or longer if needed. These new windows are energy efficient, will keep water out, and protect the building from storms for years to come. Budget for this project is approximately $850,000. They started work. The 2 downstairs hallways that lead from the front doors, which have also been replaced, are done. You can check these windows out. It adds a whole new look to the clubhouse. The hallways look much bigger and much brighter. It's really nice, and it's a welcome addition to the clubhouse. You'll notice that, and you'll see it going on for the next several weeks. Our building automation system has been undergoing some upgrades. We're transitioning to a new control system called Gulfstream Controls. For the next few months, we will be replacing outdated equipment as needed. The new system will improve our building operation systems such as air conditioning, lighting schedules, irrigation schedules, pool temperatures, and much more. Everything will be updated in one easy-to-use platform with up-to-the-minute reporting and alarm notifications via text. Transition is scheduled to be completed by July, and the total cost for this project is approximately $42,000. We're going to get a lot more out of this system. It's going to be great for operations here at the clubhouse, especially when it comes to air conditioning. The current system, we don't know that the air conditioning stopped working until it starts to get warm. With the new system, we'll be notified via text message to all the operations phones, and we'll be alerted that there's a problem with the system. We'll be able to manage it and fix whatever problem it is before it's too late. For safety, additional security cameras are being installed at each satellite pool. They'll be replacing the current outdated equipment. This will allow clearer image and more successful monitoring of the areas. The project will be complete by the end of May, and each pool will receive this update. We have completed 10 of the 13 pools, recently finishing Lyndhurst North and South as well as Durham. In the next few weeks, we'll be completing the project with Grantham, Ashby, and Berkshire. This was done in no particular order. I think we started with some of the larger pools first to get them out of the way, but we're really happy that the project is nearing completion and we'll be able to provide a safer experience for residents at the pools. As a reminder, as always, it's extremely important to be part of our email list. Important updates, including information related to the pandemic, information about our events, classes, activities, and our monthly happenings are sent out to every resident on our list. As a reminder, you can now join our mailing list from the comfort of your home by visiting www.cenclub.com, or you can sign up in person at our staff office anytime. When you're coming here to check out the new windows, stop by the staff office and sign up for our email list. Residents who use our bus lot for activities such as stickball or line dancing will pleased to know that the sun and wind damaged awning is being replaced with new material. The project will be completed hopefully by the end of this month. We're waiting for materials to arrive, but it will cost approximately $5,000. During the pandemic, we moved our classes to online learning so residents can enjoy time with their instructors from home. We hope to return to in-person classes soon. In the meantime, you can sign up for classes online at the staff office or visit cenclub.com/classes. Classes for the spring session started April 19th, and registration for Summer 1 begins May 7th, just a couple days ago. It closes May 31st. Classes for Summer 1 are held from June 7th until July 16th. You can learn language arts, art, computers, and more. Now our maintenance update. The maintenance team completed 152 work orders for the month of April. A monthly lighting survey was completed for the clubhouse and pools. All lights were checked and replaced as needed. The windscreens were taken down at all the courts in preparation for the summer storm season. The maintenance team emptied all the trash cans and debris out of the old golf cart building in preparation for the building to be demolished and the land to be repurposed for more recreational facilities. The cost of this demolition is $26,000. More facilities will be announced as plans are completed. As part of a recent life safety survey, 9 clubhouse fire hoses were replaced. 2 flush valves were replaced in the party room bathrooms. The motor for the largest air handler in the building was replaced. This is the unit that services the theater and other upstairs areas. The replacement cost for this motor was $7,500. Gutters at the Westbury pool were cleaned and repaired. A corner cap on one of the ping pong tables broke off. A replacement part was ordered and the table was repaired. The damaged fascia board at the Lyndhurst South pool was also replaced. Some upcoming projects for this month. The maintenance team will be adding a water spigot near the diner. Annual interior painting of the clubhouse and fitness center will start to take place. And several floor outlets will be replaced in the fitness center. Our update on the swimming pools. For the month of April, 33 work orders were completed. The pool team rebuilt filters at the Oak Ridge pool, adding 50% more filtration area for better efficiency. A new digital clock was installed at the Upminster pool as a possible replacement for the current analog clocks. The pool team would like to thank our master carpenter, Jerry Mall, for building an enclosure for it. A jockey pump was replaced in the indoor pool where a leak was detected. The pool team assembled the chlorine tank and hose for the new chlorine trailer. Paver issues have now been addressed at all the pools and the project is complete. Pool safety equipment was inspected and cleared for use at all pools. No problems were noted at this time. All heat pumps were inspected and are working properly through the cooler weather. They've now been turned off unless we need to warm the pools up after maintenance through the summer. The pool team prepped the indoor pool for potential opening, and we're excited to announce that that will be coming up this Monday. Some upcoming pool projects. We'll be rebuilding the filter grids at the Newport pool. Annual preventative maintenance began yesterday at the clubhouse pool and will continue through May 14th. It's currently closed, but we hope to have that open by Saturday. The Ventnor pool will be the next pool to receive maintenance, and that will be closed from May 17th through May 21st. An email will go out prior to that happening. And the pool pump discharge line is getting rerouted during preventative maintenance at the Ventnor pool as well. The Durham pool will be after Ventnor, and that will begin May 24th through May 28th. Excuse me, I had to let somebody into the meeting here. Moving on to our fitness update. Pickleball instruction will continue through the summer at the clubhouse courts. Come play with our pro Gabriel, who will be available for 3 sessions on Wednesdays. Beginners will be at 8 a.m., intermediate at 9 a.m., and advanced at 10 a.m. on every Wednesday. Fitness center capacity increased to 16 residents per session at the start of March. Afternoon sessions will be open and not need reservations from noon through close. Morning sessions will still require a reservation because they are busier. By popular demand, 2 additional spin classes have been added on Fridays. 8:05 a.m. and 9:10 a.m. sessions are now offered for spin classes on Fridays. We are still looking at offering some more toning and stretch classes in the near future. And those will be held in person as well. Group exercise, 69 classes are currently being taught per week, and Zoom will be ongoing during the pandemic and continue after. I'd just like to note that all of our fitness studios, the multi-purpose room and the spin studio and the outdoor area are all Zoom capable now. Permanent equipment has been installed, so Zoom will continue at all times here at CenClub. We'll always be offering that service for the residents. Our top 3 classes for the month were Cardio Sculpt with Nancy. She had 36 attendees. Low Impact Aerobics with Sean. He had 37 attendees. It's a very popular class. And Low Impact Aerobics with Clyde, 31 attendees. Our on-site classes that are ongoing now, Chair Yoga, 29 attendees out of 48 available spots. Plenty of spots available if you'd like to participate in yoga. Cardio Sculpt, 22 attendees out of 24 available spots. Easy Stretch had 34 attendees out of 48 available spots. Indoor Spin, one of our most popular activities here at the clubhouse, 117 attendees out of 126 available spots. Core Yoga, 15 attendees out of 24 available spots. Water Aerobics, 1,224 attendees out of 1,500 available spots. Fantastic numbers for water aerobics, and I could see every morning that it's very popular because I talked to all the ladies out there. And pickleball, 119 attendees out of 200 available spots. We had some drop off, but I know pickleball is still very popular, and Gabriel's been really well received here. We're happy to have him at Century Village and excited to continue that amenity through the summer, by the way. In the fitness center, our total fitness center attendance for April was 3,072 residents, a weekly daily average of 128 residents, and a weekend daily average of 79 residents. We had a drop off of 11 and 13 respectively, probably due to the exodus for the summer. Some announcements and events with CenClub. Again, we're excited to bring bingo back to the party room every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Doors open at 5, and it's first come, first serve. We have 132 available seats. Make sure you're there to get your cards prior to the first game. Summer shows are back starting June 13th. We're going to have those in our clubhouse theater. Tickets will go on sale this week at the ticket office. We're only going to sell tickets at the ticket office. You're not going to be able to purchase them online for summer shows. The theater is set up for social distancing, and tickets will be sold in groups with spaces in between each group to allow for safe seating between residents. As a reminder, the clubhouse theater is open for residents only, as well as the clubhouse. Guests are still not permitted at this time, including for shows and events. Please bring your CVE ID card with you to the box office to purchase your tickets, as well as on the day of the show to access the clubhouse. Check the monthly happenings, our website, or channel 98 and 99 for more info on the shows, including the schedule and the acts we're having. We're really excited to be able to provide summer shows for our residents in our theater. It's going to be fantastic. I know our lifestyle director, Kim Dove, has been working really, really hard with the board to come up with ideas for shows and get our acts booked and contracted. We're excited to be able to provide more entertainment for the residents. We know you've been asking for it. We know that there's been a lot of questions on when the theater is going to open. We're excited. It's going to be June 13th, our first show. We'll have that schedule out very soon, and as soon as we do, tickets will go on sale. Like I said, we're shooting for this week, so keep an eye open on your email for that coming out very soon. And again, tickets will be $6 all summer long. Our next cook along with Chef Alice, which is very popular Zoom event, will be May 20th. That's a Thursday, and she'll be cooking a Mexican style barbecue. The event is online. Log in and event information can be found online at cenclub.com/cookalong. Check out Chef Alice. It's a lot of fun. Her and Andy are like frickin' frack on there sometimes. Just check it out and download the cookbook and all the materials you need prior to the event. We're excited to welcome back the Center for Hearing and Communication along with Hear USA to the clubhouse to help residents order and use amplified telephones. This service will be available every month. We just had them here on April 1st, and we're excited to welcome them back on June 3rd. Visit the staff office for a complete schedule. Our shows in the gazebo were so popular, we were looking for another outdoor event that we could provide for our residents this summer. And get this, we're gonna have dive-in movies at the clubhouse pool. There's a pun intended there, by the way. The first Wednesday of the month, it'll be every first Wednesday a month from June through September. All movies will be dive-in, and they will start at 8 p.m. You can swim or sit and watch the movie at the clubhouse pool on our huge brand new projector screen and portable system that we have. We purchased for outdoor movies and drive-in movies. In case of inclement weather, the movie will be shown in the theater that night. So we have that prepared as well. The dates and the movies that we'll be showing, the first one is going to be Wednesday, June 2nd. It's going to be Blue Hawaii. Wednesday, June 7th is Jaws. I guess that kind of goes with the 4th of July summer theme, very popular movie. I won't be in the pool that night. Wednesday, August 4th, American Graffiti. And Wednesday, September 1st, Creature from the Black Lagoon. So keep an eye out for more information on the dive-in movies as we release it. And that's it. I yield the rest of my time for the board for any questions.
Norma?
Hey,
Did
Carl.
you,
Oh, no, I didn't have a question. Thank you.
maybe nervous there. Anyone have any questions for Mike? I think the
Yes, hello.
the dive-in movies will be kind of fun thing.
I agree.
I have a question.
We'll have open mic at the end of the meeting for the audience.
I have a
Right,
question for Mike. No?
Yeah.
Catherine, you have to wait till the end. This is for board
Oh,
members right now.
Okay, because she just
Okay.
said if there was any questions. Thank you. No problem. I understand.
Yep, no
for the
problem.
board, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike, you did a great job once again, and we're excited for reopening and
I'm excited. We're all excited.
normal. So we'll end that part, and do we have any old business?
I will go through the chat and try and reply to people's questions also.
Okay, thank you. Kind of hard to do two things at
Right,
once.
exactly.
Seeing no one's hand up for old business, is there any new business? Mike mentioned that we did order the new bus awning. If you take a look, it's not because of vandalism. It's because even though it's sun umbrella material, it's still wears thin in our Florida sun. Things only last so long. So that was why we have to replace that. No other old business in that case. Any other comments by the board? Hearing none, then I will ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting and move on. Do I have a Susan Dove makes
I
a,
make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
do I have a second?
Second.
Phil Raymond or Phyllis Minor, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't confuse you two. I just didn't see. Thank you. All in favor of adjournment? Aye. Thank you.
Aye.
The May meeting of CenClub is adjourned, and we will move now to the questions that were submitted by last Friday. Please note that I don't control this meeting. I cannot mute anyone except myself. So I do not have that capability. Keep that in mind. And I will read them as submitted to me. Marvin Otto, Marvin, you're here. Do you still want me to read it or do you want to read your own question?
No, you're able to read it. It's okay, Rita. Thank you.
It's Marvin Otto from Oak Ridge P submitted this question. It says, included in the amended and restated bylaws of CenClub Homeowners Association, Inc., effective January 1st, 2020, Article 7, the powers, paragraph G, sets out, CenClub shall perform a continuous internal audit of CenClub's financial records for the purpose of verifying the same, but no independent or external audit shall be required or performed except as herein provided. Accordingly, why has this paragraph been ignored? Was this breach investigated by the management of CenClub? Was the board of directors aware of this breach? And I am going to ask our treasurer, J.B. Mill, to please answer that question.
Thank you, Rita. I want to repeat one of his questions. Good morning, Marvin and all.
Morning.
Accordingly, why has this paragraph been ignored? Was this breach instigated by the management of CenClub? Marvin, your assertion that this bylaw paragraph has been ignored is a lie. Before you impugn anyone, how do you factually know that this paragraph has been ignored? The answer is you don't. And yet you continue to promote disparaging falsehoods about CenClub to deflect from your own shortcomings, as you have attempted for several months now to request from me confidential information way beyond your need to know. Here is what we do at CenClub. We have accounting policies and procedures in place to segregate financial duties, establish approval authorities, and preserve internal controls over assets of this corporation. The facts are, in part, our executive director obtains competitive bids for projects and contracted services. He presents them to the board for its review. The outside property manager, well experienced in her field, reviews the bids and compares the estimated project cost to the board-approved budget. The board votes to select the appropriate contractor. Invoices are approved for payment by the responsible party. Invoices exceeding a certain dollar amount must be further approved by the property manager. Checks are drawn for payment by another individual. Checks are signed by an authorized check signer who is a different person. Bank accounts are reconciled monthly by other than the check signers. Post-project internal audits are conducted periodically to evaluate conformity with budgeted costs. Month-end reports are prepared by the Property Management Accounting Department by their in-house CPA and reviewed by their in-house corporate controller. The property manager reviews the monthly reports. The CenClub treasurer reviews the monthly reports. The CenClub treasurer presents a monthly report to the membership, the owners. An outside independent CPA firm audits the annual financial statements, the same outside CPA firm used by Master Management. Unlike your building, Oak Ridge P, where Sunbiz confirms that you are both president and treasurer, which is a clear breach of internal controls, CenClub assigns responsibilities to a multitude of individuals to segregate functions and thereby safeguard assets. Surely you could find someone else in your 24-unit building who can act with integrity and independence as your building treasurer. Thank you for your question.
Can I have a follow-up question?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I think my shortcomings have nothing to do with the question that was asked or my association. The question that was asked was not that there were no internal controls placed. The question is, and was, it says that there should be no external audit, but yet you have one. That was the question. You've gone off in a completely different tangent to what the intent of the question was. Any questions I have asked in the past with respect to financial information were ones that, as far as I'm concerned, and most other associations in the development, think would be fair to be known. So I take I disrespect your comment on my personal conduct. So can I have an answer to why we need an external audit when the bylaws say you don't need one?
Because we're an $11.5 million corporation, and we feel that in the interest of transparency and probably statutory law, we need to have an independent audit. So whatever the bylaws say, that would be a minimum. If we go beyond that, that is our professional responsibility and choice and our fiduciary responsibility. So that's why we have an external audit, and we will continue to do that.
Yeah, it was, even when we were a committee of Cookville, we had an external audit, just not as often. Now we have one yearly. It certainly isn't a bad thing to happen. I don't understand. I guess we all mulled over your question, Marvin. Guess we didn't understand it. It was quite confusing.
Well, I thought it was a very straightforward question, and if you didn't understand it, the bylaws and the amended articles, which were last January of 2020, are fairly recent. So I was surprised that when I read them, that it said you require an audit, or that you don't need to have an audit in it, but yet you chose to do so. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. That's not the issue. The issue is I'm just curious where you approved to have an audit.
I'll repeat, because we are an $11.5 million corporation, and we believe in full transparency. And to be, as you know, as a fellow CPA, you understand that independence is critical to enhancing credibility.
Then why would you put, so I beg, and I don't disagree with anything you're saying, Jay. It's not a matter of that. It's simply a matter that your articles say you don't need it. You chose to have it, which is fine in and of itself. But why, if those documents are so recent, why would you even have that in there? Who drafted the document? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, because we are, as Rita said, we are an independent corporation. We're no longer relegated as a committee of Cookville, and to stand on our own under Section 617 of the Florida statutes, we believe that was the right thing to do, and we still believe it's the right thing to do. And if we go beyond, if the bylaws say that you don't need it, but if we choose to do it, that doesn't penalize us in anybody's eyes. We're enhancing transparency.
Was it approved by the board to make that change?
Of course it was. In fact, we interviewed 3 accounting firms.
I'm not talking, okay. I'm just simply asking, where was it approved that you were opting into having an audit when the articles say you didn't need it? That's all I'm asking.
Okay,
You're going on a witch hunt here that's not required. I'm simply asking a very specific question. That was all. I think you've taken it out of context, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Well, I can say something here. The question, if you understand English, is about internal audits, not external. You're asking, if you read the question carefully, you are asking why we do not have internal audits, not why do we have external audits.
Okay, I'm a numbers person. Maybe my grammar isn't 100% correct, so I apologize if that was the way it was interpreted.
We're going to move on now. The only thing I'd like to add is in this world of disagreements, it just seems like we're doing the right thing. You agree that we're probably doing the right thing, but whatever. The
Substance versus form, that's all I was getting at.
Okie dokie. The second question is from Angela Pasquale from Durham. And Angela asks, what is the age restrictions to live in the village? I think we all realize it's 55, but she goes further and she says, I thought over 55, but I see school buses when I walk in the morning. Thank you. then most of us do see those school buses, Angela. And on that note, I'm meeting with the president of Master Management in a week or so. And that is one of the topics we're going to discuss and see what can go on with that. So I hope that answered your question. Michael Haig, asked from Markham C, asks this question. Before I submit my question, I would like to address my interaction with Ms. Picard. Note of interest, Picard is P-I-C-K-A-R. And that's not only for Michael Haig, it's also for the editor of the newspaper, P-I-C-K-A-R. At the last Zoom meeting, I would expect better conduct from a sitting president. You could agree or disagree with my opinion, but if you watch your meeting back, you will see that you got annoyed or frustrated with my question and made it personal between us. As I said, I'm entitled to ask a question and I'm entitled to an answer. Also, after you muted me, you accused me of turning your meeting into a carnival. And again, you did this while I was muted and unable to defend myself. This past week, the governor of Florida lifted all COVID-related restrictions. Part of his statement was people policing other people in regards to COVID, either don't believe in the vaccine or the judgment of people as adult individuals. It is time once and for all of us as a community to move on. You need to respect the wishes of all, not just the ones you agree with. Again, Ms. Picard, review your meeting and you will see that I am owed an apology from you. Well, Mr. Haig, you're not going to get an apology from me. I hope you're not too upset about that. I am a volunteer. I spend a lot of my time trying to make this village a better place. And sometimes I lose my cool and sometimes you don't, most of the time you don't agree with me. You have a core group of people. I have an entire village to worry about. My committee works very hard trying to do the right thing. All the other Century villages are doing exactly what we're doing. They are not allowing visitors to use their pools. We've opened up everything, or are in the process of opening up everything. We will not allow visitors, including family, to use our pool or our clubhouse until the ban is lifted, and we intend to open it up by the end of June. I believe July 1st. No one knows what the future lies for any of us. This morning, they were talking about more variants. I know that, well, I know my committee, and I know that most of the people have gotten shots, but I don't know people coming down to visit us, what they're doing. So that, which bothers you most, I'm afraid, is not going to change. And the next question is from Aaron Warch, W-O-R-C-H, from Westbury. I would like to thank your office for all you do for us. We were wondering when our children can begin to use the pool. We understand the reason for the precautions that were taken over a year ago. However, perhaps it's time for us to begin spending some quality time with our family again. Probably is, and I think you should. I look forward to your consideration of this matter. I think we just covered that. Mr. Noah Cooperman from Farnham says, what can be done to eliminate the large number of iguanas that are overwhelming the CenClub properties? Nothing on my part. Not only have we, but also Master Management has tried to hire companies to get rid of the iguanas. I don't like them any better than you do, and I don't think the people on Master Management like them any better than you do. But it's just like knocking your head against the wall. It's impossible. That's nature, and we live in Florida. So if you come up with a solution, let us know, Mr. Cooperin. Carolyn Whiteman from Lyndhurst asks, oh, the Duplicate Bridge Club of CVE would like to know where the card room be. We do have a card room open, and it's been in use for probably a month now. When will our bridge director, who doesn't live in CPE, be permitted to enter the clubhouse? You need to go and visit Mr. Michael Birdman, our executive director, and talk to him about that, please. Sorry, Mike. Clara Minor from Markham. Governor DeSantis has suspended all orders. I think I cleared that up already. They are no longer based on current. Yeah, and why are we still under these guidelines? Because the rest of his bill said not until the end of June. Diane Bednar, when will the pools be open to guests? This is part of the campaign of certain individuals that put it on Facebook that his friends should write letters to us. We appreciate your letters. Susan Reichman from Oak Ridge, at a master management meeting in March, it was mentioned that due to the abusive rules regarding support dogs, some buildings are adding to their forms below the doctor's signature that he or she would agree to testify should this go to court. Is this something CenClub could add to their forms? There is a new form that CenClub uses as their in the application, and all presidents received that.
Can I just read it? Can I just say that that form is available on our website under the documents section?
Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
Mr. Cooperman asked another question. How about reopening the indoor pool on a limited basis? We are reopening it on the 17th of this month, soon as the
Maintenance.
thank you, the maintenance is completed at the outdoor pool. Mary Mills from Lyndhurst E. Seeing that the governor has ended the mask mandates and all other restrictions have been placed. Okay, we did that one also. Read what the governor did say. Elaine Mills had the same question. And that's all that was submitted. That's all the questions I have. So now, if you could indicate that you have a question by raising your hand, we'll try to figure out.
Please raise your hand with the icon, the reaction icon, so I could see you easier. It's
The driver of that nice car on his way up north.
that looks like Gene Goldman there.
Mr. Goldman.
Hi, Rita. I'm sorry about the road noise, but I wanted to thank you guys for the great aggressive job you're doing in protecting our residents. You know, as of last week's average, we're almost 600 people a day died in Florida. So you guys are doing a great job, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, it's an average of the last week was almost 600, and it's just dropped down a little bit, but it's still high. And doing a good job is really important to protect our people. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Gene. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah, you know, I, just like everybody else, pray that this pandemic is over soon, but it's not. And I don't want to get into politics, but I think our governor jumped the gun. I believe someone said he spiked the ball on the 10-yard line instead of waiting until he was in the end zone. So that's just my personal opinion, not anyone else's. Mr. Spitzer, did you have your hand up? Where'd Mr. Spitzer go? There you are.
You gotta unmute yourself there, Stanley. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to respond a little bit to some of the questions about extending the pools to guests. The article in Sunday's Sentinel that you mentioned earlier clearly indicates that many of the developments in South Florida never opened their pools since the beginning and onset of COVID, and are still not open. We have been in the forefront of moving forward in a prudent and reliable and fiduciary manner. And I think we should be recognized for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley. And just so that the residents realize, we had a emergency meeting yesterday of our board and discussed the topic again, because I did not want it to be Rita's response, I wanted it to be the board of CenClub, and we took a vote after our lengthy discussion. So these are all elected people that you elected. Kathy Shore, Mike, I'm sorry, you're doing it, go ahead.
Hi. Okay, I remember I believe it was at the last meeting, something was brought up that maybe you could still do Zoom shows in the clubhouse and the ones that you charge for, and maybe charge a lesser fee for those people who do not want to go into the clubhouse and sit in the theater. Because, in the past, when you would have shows, you always told people, please don't wear cologne, please. Almost every time I went to a show, someone had cologne on where I was choking, okay? So, I would like to go to a show, but why can't you have it on Zoom like you do the classes and stuff? Because I don't want to sit next to somebody who's going to make me choke. And I know that you said that they will be distancing, but when somebody douses themselves with cologne, it doesn't matter how far away I am from them.
We looked into that. Rita, can I take that one?
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. We did look into the feasibility of doing something like that, and the technology we have with Zoom isn't capable of ticketing an event and creating a unique password or something that goes along with the ticket. It would have to be open to everybody, and the performers are not open to doing something such as that when they're being paid. It's not fair to our box office either, who we've been closed for quite some time, to offer the show for free to everybody on Zoom or make people.
No.
Go
Oh,
see
no,
it.
Mike.
I understand what you're saying, but what I said was we don't have the
Yeah, you
capability
can't,
of
right.
doing
I
it.
understand.
Okay.
Okay, I understand. And also, I just want to say that, like that gentleman, I don't know his name because he was driving and I didn't see his name on the,
That's Mr. Gold.
oh, okay. Like he mentioned, in the last couple of weeks, the cases have been going up in Florida. We're number 4. So, I know Governor DeSantis wants to eliminate the masks. And I have to tell you, I'm very nervous about that because there are plenty of people here in Central Lee Village who have not gotten vaccinated because they don't believe in it. They don't want it. And personally, if I have to sit next to somebody and I don't know if they're vaccinated or not, I'm not very comfortable. But then that's just me. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you for your comments, Catherine. There's a lot of people that agree with you.
Who is that? I see number 3039. Oh, that's Carol.
Yes,
Let
it is.
me unmute her there.
Hi. I just want to say that I think you're all doing a fantastic job. And that goes from the board to Mike, to Andy, to the employees, and the volunteers as well. For your information, up north in Canada, there's a lockdown in Ontario. I'm pointing this out because we don't get that news down here, but I got it from a friend up north and verified it with someone in Canada. It's just to show you what can happen when people don't take over precautions. That's the way I'm going to say it. So Ontario is on lockdown, the military is there, and people have to pay penalties, and the rest of Canada also is not having as difficult a time, but it's still not good, and we don't need that here in Florida or in Century Village. There's a lot of people, I understand, you want to see your family and stuff like that, but maybe condominium living isn't for you. Maybe you should be in a private home. And lastly, I would just like to say that a couple of years ago, I stood in the room where you usually have your meetings. And it was Nancy Giordano, I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing her name right, Giordano's memorial. And when I spoke, I told you, Rita, that you had big shoes to fill. And I want to say you have filled those shoes admirably. Did I say that right? Admirably. And so you're doing a great job, and all of you are doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate your kind words.
It's like Maureen Hildebrand would be next. Just have to unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say that, I think that a lot of us have been vaccinated and the numbers for the COVID have dropped. I agree with Governor DeSantis, and anybody who's vaccinated or not, or doesn't trust other people who aren't vaccinated, they are free to continue to wear masks as long as they want, and they can avoid the clubhouse if they want. But for the rest of us who have been vaccinated and we feel safe, we should not continue to be locked down. This is undemocratic and unfair to the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you. But I'd like to point out that I don't agree that you're locked down. I mean, we have every activity you can imagine here. And people are, you yourself play pickleball, tennis, I believe, and we've got things going. If people want to do them, we got things going. We got people playing cards in the afternoon or mornings and at night. We've got people playing bingo. We've got badminton and cornhole. We've got people out there all the time. I came out of bingo the other night and the pickleball courts were full. So even though it's hot in the afternoon, people are coming back out in the evenings and participating in activities, and it really is heartwarming. So it's not a matter of us being locked down. We agree with you. We think more and more people are getting their shots. We pray that more and more people, there's that hesitancy out there. Nothing, we can't do anything about it. We're not allowed to do certain things, but we don't know about the outside world, for lack of a better, name for the people. You want to go see your relatives or have your relatives or your friends, fine and dandy, like you said. You have every right to do that. I don't have a problem with that. Neither does anybody else on our board. Any other questions, Mike, out there?
That looks like it. I see no other digital hands raised. So I think that'll do it.
Yes? Okay.
Peace.
So, thank you very much. We have a meeting in June, and if I knew the date, I could share it.
June 8th.
June 8th it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, June 8th. Great. See you then. Be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Travel safely, those of you in cars.
Happy summer, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.